Oh, 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 oh. Uh, uh, uh. I'm out of town.
Hello,
Where my rhyme?
everybody. What's up, man? All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Two Ways to Say It. Thank you for coming back. Hope you enjoyed the last episode, and now you're gonna get into another good one.
Yes.
I am Casey.
And I am Ashley Renee.
Like y'all knew that. Y'all knew that already, though, right? So tonight we have what do we want to say? A pressing topic, something that needs to be addressed. And we're gonna get into that. But first, we want to start out with some little shout outs. So I guess I'll go first. I have two little shout outs to, these people going with them. I always shout out to women. So first, I'm going to say shout out to Kiki Palmer because we see that she is in Usher's new video. And all I can say about that is I love when people don't go low, they go lower. And that's what she did.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only commend it. I know people are kind of mad about it, but I'm not. And the other
Okay.
person I want to give a shout out to is Sexy Red, because as we've seen this week, she was announced that she will be touring and being the opening act for Drake, which is big. And
Yes.
I just love a real hood chick getting it on. I mean, just genuine herself and they got her there. So shout out to them. So Ashley, who do you want to shout out today, tonight?
Well, before I shout out, clearly Drake likes some hood too. So
There you
it is
go.
what it
There you
is.
go. Just like that.
Okay, well, tonight I'm just gonna shout out my best friend Hassana Brown. She started her own company, lip gloss. She has the lip liner, and it's called Chic Bay. I'm actually wearing some tonight. Mm, mm, mm. And I think I have the berry kind. I think I'm not sure. But yeah, I have the berry kind. I also have the Tucson brown lip liner. Again, her shipping is very fast. She's very nice. And she also sends cards, if you can see. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, and the packaging. Oh my God. So cute. Is that not cute? So go shop with her.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you her information. Her Instagram page is Sana SANAH underscore Renee RENEE. As you can see, we have the same middle name. She wants to be like me so bad. And the business page is Chic Bay Cosmetics. So Chic Bay, which is CHICBABE Cosmetics underscore. So go follow her. Go follow her page and also
Mm-hmm.
go buy. I'm loving my lip gloss tonight. It is matching my beautiful dark skin. It's more like a nude, but mm,
This evening.
yes. So go shout out to Bestie. I love you,
Yes.
and there it
Yes,
is.
I love you too.
I don't, she's a sad, so she's gonna be really
Anyway,
honest. Like,
so let's get
yeah.
into the
Mhm.
topic. We don't anyway. Just wait, okay. So yes, we're done with our shout outs, but let's get into what we are here to talk about. So tonight, and today, for whenever you're gonna watch it, we are gonna ask and answer the question of why do women
Mhm.
go at women when their man, see how I did that, is cheating on them. Let me ask it again. Why do women go at women when their
Mhm.
man is cheating on them? And we see this a lot. We see the media. Of course, we probably know somebody that has been, even physically, fight with the woman. And you know what that man be doing? Lay back chilling.
Lay back chilling.
So of course, we know it happened. And today we're trying to
Mhm.
see why is that. So I personally looked up some stuff and kind of figure out some reasons for myself since I wanted to talk about it. And so we're gonna break down these five possible reasons why women do it. So let's get into it. The first one, why women fight women because of their man, or if you cheat on her, it's because women don't want to break up with their man, so they decide to go at that woman. So Miss Ashley, do you agree?
Yes, I think that's definitely the first reason.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking as a woman, I'm not trying to go in and bash women for, well, yeah. So honestly, I think just as a woman, of course, you want a partner, right? You want someone
Mm-hmm.
who's faithful, honest. Who doesn't want that, you know?
Right.
So at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, when someone is cheating, and I think it's just that heartbreak. And again, you need to place his anger somewhere besides
Right.
him. So I
Mm-hmm.
think definitely that's the very first reason. And I just don't like it. I'm had to say that I don't like it. I don't like the idea of you having to fight another woman for a man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if he's doing that, then obviously that's not saying that that's where he wants to be, but that's what he wants
Yes.
to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just gonna say that, and yeah, leave it at that.
There you go. And I'm just going to stay on this first one. I think, and actually reading it, it's kind of sad. Because I feel like when you get with somebody, you get in a relationship, marriage, whatever, you would
Mm-hmm.
think that there is some identifiers of two you actually liking and loving me. And I would think stepping out of our marriage or relationship is not one of them. I would think that shows me that you really don't like or love me. Um, and I don't know what it is. I think it sounds bad because it kind of makes it seem like the woman is, in a way, depending on a relationship. Like it seems like she
Mm-hmm.
needs that what it looks like she needs a man or she needs to be in a relationship. And it makes it seem like without that she is quote unquote nothing. That's what it kind of boils down to, or what it looks like when you want to be in a relationship that bad where you will let somebody do whatever to you, and they better than me, and I guess a lot of other people, and I know you too. I feel like when somebody cheat on you or do something, I don't see how you go back. I don't see how you look at them the
Mm-hmm.
same. I don't see how you recover from it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a level of trust that is gone. You cannot get that back. Like how can you build that back because it's already done?
Right.
Uh, so yeah, that's the first. But go ahead, go ahead.
And also too, I think, okay, just going back to, them even just conversating with the other woman, because
Mm-hmm.
I can't pretend like someone hasn't called me before about they do, right? So
Right.
most of the time, the guy's not telling me that he's with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they love to say woman to woman, don't woman to woman me,
You right.
or don't woman to woman nobody, because it's not one woman. Just, I think as a woman, just
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and just leave. And it's not because it sounds bad, of course, and it
Right.
is. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, it's just honesty. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead and leave. Don't call anybody about your man, because if he was
Thank you.
your man, then he
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be having inappropriate conversations, and
Right.
not even inappropriate. Just what I'm
Conversation.
just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when it comes to boundaries and stuff like that. So
Right.
um yeah, I think it is a way to just, they know in the back of their head that they want to stay with the guy. So it's just,
Right.
let me go get at her and prove to him that I
Yes.
want him and I will fight for him.
Yes.
And
Giving it more
we
power.
tend to see that a lot, where a lot of women want to prove, not even just going to the other woman, just stuff in a relationship. You're proving to
Mm-hmm.
him that you want him. And
Right.
if he don't see it, then he just doesn't. So, and that's on him. That's his
Right.
law. So let me say
Mm-hmm.
that that's his law. It's not saying that
Right.
it's okay. Or, situations where a girl does know that y'all together, still don't
Mm-hmm.
even call her. Like, it's just, and
Exactly.
not saying that it is okay for people to, talk to your man
Mm-hmm.
if they know. I'm not saying that I'm not siding with no side piece and all this stuff.
Right.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
strictly talking about, you know, the person who's going at the women.
Right.
But just don't do it. It's real tacky.
Yeah, I about to say, and that's what I'm in. I guess this first one on, I would say, you should never have to make yourself look crazy to prove yourself to somebody or keep them.
Mhm.
You should never look at yourself at the end of the day and somebody has made you look like I'm gonna say idiot because that's what it is. Like
Mhm.
if I'm skipping over who really did it to get it some person, of course they had a part in it, but it's only one person that have a quote unquote loyalty to you. And I feel like I always say, I know people think it's harder than what it is. I know, I guess it sounds better, but at the end of the day, you committed to one person. That person
Yeah.
outside of your relationship, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because he could have told her many different things. And like you said, it could be either they didn't know or they could have known. Regardless, it's on you only got one person to blame. And that's that one person that
Mm-hmm.
fell for it. So that's what I'm gonna say about this first one. Okay, cool. So let's go to the second reason. And the second reason that I came up with, I'm gonna have to read this.
Okay.
Um, some women want to believe that the woman is in control of the infidelity. They want to believe that the woman is the bad person in it. Like, you know, like they
Saying
instantly
he's
some
cheating because she did
yes, and they
something.
in some ways there's some women out there that look at a woman like if a woman do something, which is so crazy because you're a woman too, but they look at it like if a woman do something, it's worse than that man doing it. So at the end of the day, they want to be able to pin all that blame on the woman. That is crazy, but that is another
So you're
reason.
saying that the side woman wants to blame.
No, the person in the relationship, the woman in the relationship, want to pin all the blame on the other woman because because that's playing on that stereotype, like what I'm saying, like that women are it's the woman fault because she sleep around or whatever, but the man can do it. It's cool if he sleep around. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
painting the picture that even though you are a woman too, in some way, I think some women still look down on other women. Is it like they play on that
Yeah.
same stereotype that men say women are, what I'm saying, they sleep around with co-folks, they loose and all that. Women believe in that same stereotype, even though they're supposed to be against it. And so that is another reason women are instantly gonna blame a woman because they look at them in that same bed like that man do.
So let me make sure I'm understanding. So
Mm-hmm.
let's just say the woman that's in a relationship is saying like the woman came onto her man first in a
Right.
way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, no. And
Yeah.
granted, it
Mm-hmm.
probably is. And majority of them maybe, I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't look at the statistics, but
Mm-hmm.
from what I see and what I know,
9 times out of 10. I
nine
know.
nine times out of ten,
Right.
it's a dude. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. I'm not saying it ain't no cases out there for the guys. I know some women
Right.
throw
Mm-hmm.
themselves at you, and that's not
Yep.
right. Okay, but at the same time, if you know that you're in a relationship again, that's
Mm-hmm.
life. You're gonna be attracted to other people, which is fine. It ain't
Yes.
nothing I can do about that. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like you said, you have some sense of loyalty and respect,
Yes.
showing some type of respect to your
Mm-hmm.
partner. So even if a woman is throwing herself at you, you just have to learn how to control that. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
see just even as a woman, um, and again, men and women are different. But
So,
I
in
know if
some
I
way.
have something good at home, or I would never want to embarrass my partner. So that's what I always expect from my man is
Mm-hmm.
don't the first thing, please don't embarrass me.
Don't embarrass.
Don't you ever,
Yeah. Don't make me look
please don't
crazy.
embarrass me. That's it.
Um,
And yeah,
don't make me look
so
crazy.
yeah, I can see that being a big reason. Even sometimes when you're talking to women, it's almost like they're just blaming the girl. And
Yeah.
granted, if like I said, if she knows, then it's a little blame there. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
not saying she's just out of the race, but um
Yeah.
the man is definitely the winner. So
Right. Yeah. And I actually hate to see that because I think and this for maybe on the man side, they feel like men we are quick to like say if all women be like, oh, I don't want to say in, but they be like, we ain't nothing or whatever. We ain't shit and all that,
hmm
right? But you see the first people to defend that is men. So the men are like, no, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't all us or whatever. And then you look at it on the other side, if when you see like a social media, say a woman that jumped from relationship to relationship, and even like the Ariana Grande thing, right? Where she kind of
hmm
went from the relationship. It ain't like you see the women like, oh, like even with Laura Harvey, it ain't like you see the
hmm
women like she's just living life. The women are doing the same thing that the men doing. They make it seem like she can't sleep around because if so, she loose or she doing something morally bad. It's kind of sad to see that women in a way don't be having other women's back. So of course it's gonna be easy for her to think, oh no, my dude ain't do this. She came on to him. And she went in there and she pulled his pants down and he was
Yeah.
froze and he couldn't tell her no. That type of, it's like they had this crazy mindset that even though you're a woman too and you're supposed to think like it ain't always our fault, it's kind of like you blaming women for everything. I ain't never understood that. Like, it's like women hate women. Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, you can just tell them everything like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he said this and blah blah blah, like literally showing them proof, and it's still like, oh, but he said he didn't
Oh.
want you. But why you calling me then? If he said it and you believe it, then don't
Mm-hmm.
call me.
Don't cut. Exactly.
I don't
I
go
don't.
back and forth. It's just like,
You
okay.
know, and it's kind of point. It actually
And
look
most of the
crazy.
times we are just friends, but
Yeah.
and it
And
could, like I said, it could be situations where literally you're just friends.
mm-hmm.
I don't
It's just
overstep boundaries.
right.
Let me
No,
start.
like,
Yeah.
but no, for real, it's just like even for the woman, like we just said in the other one, the woman who is loyal. I mean, the woman in a relationship, it's like some way they don't see it as looking crazy. Calling somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Like just calling and sitting there wanting to get into it with the other one, wanting to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they never get that sense of, okay, I'm doing too much. It's like it's crazy. Anyway,
Well,
that,
a person said that that woman has a right to call. So
and
you're gonna bug on the wrong tree.
I'm anyway. Look, anyway, anyway. Yeah, okay, you say that right, you're gonna be looking crazy. I always think it's like look at it like this: if somebody is so quote unquote like, oh, she this, she that, why you're trying to compete with her in a way, right? Because you ain't like you're not
Mm-hmm.
holding him accountable. You're not taking any action on it. You still gonna be at home with him. So basically, what you doing now is you're finna try to prove to her and him and everybody else why you deserve him over her. Like you're basically finna be competing. So like you're
Right.
not winning anything by even engaging in it, because it is one person responsible, and that's that one person you should be talking to. I digress though. Anyway, okay, that is number two. So let's go over to the third one. The third one is, I'm sorry, I ain't got my glasses on. Okay. The third one is somewhere.
We'll just talk about this.
I was just talking, but I can hear. But anyway, some women, like if they just say a woman gets cheated on or something,
Okay.
she don't want to believe that she is doing something wrong in a relationship, or like that she, like, say he cheating or whatever. She don't want to believe she was doing nothing wrong at home. So instead of that, she got to make it seem like the girl is out of blame. So she want to make it seem like she was doing everything right. She would never like push him away, was out doing everything right, because that means she got to be accountable. So instead, where that anger going. So that's another
Mm-hmm.
possible reason. What do you think about that?
Ooh.
And
Okay. So of
that's out the
course
dome. That's
it's
out the
kind
dome.
of cringe to hear, it's a woman's fault that a man cheated. I would
For real.
never say that, of
It's
course.
horrible.
I
Yeah.
know what you're saying though, but
Mm,
I'm never gonna blame the woman for a man cheating, right?
right.
But realistically,
Right.
of course, if what we see, like if you ain't gave your man none in 3 months,
hmm
or he's communicating to you that, hey, uh won't we try this, won't we do
Right.
this,
hmm
and you're at least not trying it, then it's kind of
hmm
like, hey, what do you expect, in a sense,
Right.
right?
hmm
Not that I am not blaming a woman for a man cheating. I'm not doing
Right.
that, because at
hmm
the end of the day, he should end their relationship. But
hmm
realistically, I do think that if you're not trying to at least
hmm
um do some of those things, then I can see it going left real quick.
Exactly. And like I always say, you don't want to say somebody is right for cheating. You don't want to say that. You know, and like I said, I wasn't gonna even do the flip it, but I'm gonna flip it even this way. Like you know how they say that if a
Okay.
woman cheat, that she left for a reason, right? Like it can't be
Mm-hmm.
like it was something else or whatever. So that in that way, so if a
Mm-hmm.
woman like you, if a man is not doing enough for a woman and she's still staying at home with you, she still got to see you every day, but it's something she longing for and you dead in her face and able to provide it, how much, which, how much blame can you put on her? Like, of course, she is wrong, probably wrong because it is. And then, a lot of times people actually address the stuff they want. They allude to it. You don't want to go to somebody and be like, "You're not doing nothing I want." But in ways, I'm pretty sure times when people have told people or warned them, like, "I want more." Like
Mm-hmm.
it's something I'm missing, and it's like people don't listen because they feel comfortable. Like, well, it don't matter if I do it or not because you're still here. So
Mm-hmm.
how much blame can you put on that other person for, you know, just falling somewhere else? Because you sitting up
Mm-hmm.
thinking that you got somebody forever, which I would think that you don't ever think that. I don't think you could ever think like I got this person forever, like they'll never leave me. So
Right.
how much blame can you put on the person for looking elsewhere and then finding that satisfaction somewhere else?
I didn't
I'm
say
just
it.
saying. I'm
You
just
said
saying.
it. I
I'm
didn't. I
sorry,
didn't.
yo. And mind you, me putting this in the universe, not saying I want to get cheated on or anything, and then because I'm being so considerate, but realistically, how much blame is for a man or woman? How much blame can you put on somebody else for when they get to that what you want to say breaking point, and you just know that life is passing you by. You sitting here with
Mm-hmm.
somebody who is not doing nothing you want, and especially when you are expressing it, what else do you do? And even if you tell them that, and then people say, yeah, it's so easy to break up, better said than done, I think. And some stuff just happened. Like, you say we human. Of course, naturally, it's probably, if you think right now, this so bad. Think right now, if you with somebody, it's always the other person in your head. Like, if you ain't acting right, I could go for them. That's so bad. That's bad. That's bad though. But in general, that's how people are. So like you can't I would think that'll be a lesson to like the fact of don't sleep on who you with. Like don't sleep on them. Because people
That's
can
true.
that what they do. They're gonna end up either moving on, even if they do break up with you, they're gonna move on.
Mm-hmm.
That person that was looking at them and could provide that stuff, they're gonna end up with them. Well, it's gonna leave you and you're gonna be sitting there. And then when it's done, it's done. But yeah, I don't went. So, but I had to get it out. I'm sorry. I don't
Oh
went.
yeah, I
You
understand.
said, yeah,
Sometimes it's just the truth to things. It's not saying that it's right. We're not saying
right.
that it's right, but it's
Hmm.
just is what it is.
I mean,
Sad but true.
sad
Sad
but
but
true.
true.
And at the end of the day, we humans. Like I said, I don't condone the cheating stuff. What I'm saying, don't do it and all that. But sometimes you gotta look at it at a human level. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we all, when we get in a relationship stuff, we are looking for to be satisfied, fulfilled. And when you are not, that's when things go left. And when we get to the point of we looking at other people and we just trying to find an outlet somewhere because the person in front of me is not giving it to me.
Right.
Um, but yeah, what they said on the other one, this sound personal. But anyway, but
Period.
anyway, okay. So that was that one. Um, so the next one would be some women. Hmm,
Uh-oh.
hmm. Some women
Mm-hmm.
view other women as being lower than their partner.
Ooh.
Mm,
Ooh.
y'all want some? Oh,
Okay,
but yeah,
so break it down. Break it down before I
break it
get
down.
into it.
Let's break it down. So
Let's break it down.
we have seen in several situations where it is, like I said, in the other reason would be that it is so easy to believe that, oh, this woman is the fault of this. This where they mind go. First thing person they going, the woman is the fault of this because she bad, this, she this. So in some way, because they misplaced their anger, it low key make their man look better. Because what it's doing is basically it's showing that okay, because I'm sleeping with this person, they can make 50,000 mistakes. They okay. It's worth staying here and it's that good. But to that woman who I ain't gonna say that person do that to you, but in a way she didn't personally do that to you. Half the time they don't be knowing. But
Mm-hmm.
so now she low to the ground, and you feel like, oh, I can go at her because she's so low. But this person who really doing something to me, I can't really say nothing to them because they up here. That that that's why I get that reason from. But that's all I'm
Okay.
gonna say. That's all
So
I'm
let
gonna
me
say.
make sure I'm understanding because you know the
Yes.
ADHD will kick in and get lost.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying that the
Mm-hmm.
woman that's in the relationship is
Mm-hmm.
viewing the quote unquote side chick as less than, like she views her as less
It's
than.
less than correct.
For an example, you're saying like if let's just say the man is a millionaire and he
Right.
started dating a woman from the trailer park, she's just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, like that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's address it really quick.
Let's address it. Let's
One
address
thing
it.
I learned real
Mm-hmm.
quick. What? No, I'm gonna start off because I'm gonna start off being honest.
Go ahead,
I'm
because I'm
not
about to
gonna
go.
pretend like if I saw my guy, or I ain't gonna say my guy because most time I be in situations. I need to start trying to
Mm-hmm.
clarify stuff and just tell it. Okay, so a
And
guy
get
that
out
I
of
was
get.
talking to or something, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
notice that, let's just say he kind of talking to this girl a lot or something like that, and you ask him like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, we just cool, blah blah." We're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna pretend like you don't go through the girl pictures and be like, "Okay, oh she ain't got no ass, he
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna want her." I'm
Yeah.
slim thick, he
I
gonna
said,
want me. You know what I'm
right, right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, okay, or so and so, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm his type, and
All it. Mm-hmm.
so I'm not gonna play like I ain't never did it because I have.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I still ain't get mad at the girl. I ain't call the girl. I'm not gonna do
Right.
none of it. I just
Right.
keep that at home and you keep it balled up.
That's yeah.
So, but then what I also recognize too is even if I ain't gonna say I ever view anyone less than me in a sense,
Right.
but I
Mm-hmm.
know women who have, and sometimes it's like, again, it's almost kind of cringe to sit here and think like you're trying to put this woman down or make yourself believe that you're better than her
Mm-hmm.
because your man decided to talk to her, sleep with her, whatever. So in my
Mm-hmm.
head, I'm thinking, so how does he view you? If your man, quote unquote, has standards that you claim he has standards and all this, clearly, if you're saying this about her, he doesn't have any standards if he's
Mm-hmm.
talking to you too. So that should be a sign right there to go ahead and walk out.
There you go.
Because it's
And oh,
like for real, it's certain women, again, we have to be for real. It's certain people, like if it happens to me, a guy's talking to, and I see like, for real. I'm just being
mm-hmm.
honest, not funny. If you talking to a crackhead or something like that, then I'm literally gonna question
Why
your
you
thought
talking?
process. Like I'm
Yeah.
literally gonna question it and I'm going to leave because I'm literally gonna think like, how do you view me?
Yeah, and who you're attracted
How
to
do
is a
you see
reflection.
me? And I feel like that's fair. So that's a fair reason for me to
Mm-hmm.
leave. I still
Yeah.
wouldn't even go back and forth with a
Mm-hmm.
crackhead about it. I'm just not. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I was gonna say two things. The first one is who you're attracted to is a reflection of you, and your environment,
Mm-hmm.
but mostly you. But anyway, um, I say that when I thought about this one, um, I was thinking this. I in some way, it's weird if you feel like a woman is below you, this is what they do because if you think about it, I don't know, it could be out of anger, whatever. As soon as they find out who the other woman is, now she all these type of names. Ain't never met them now.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't call your man, he ain't call him no names, but now she all these type of names. She the worst thing ever. But anyway,
Yep.
so if she all these type of names and she the lowest of low, like you said, how was she able to take something from you? How was she able to compete in that area? How was she able to be the distraction that got him? You know what I mean? How, if she is that low, how was she able to do that?
Cause your
How?
man like
That's
low people. He's in the
what I'm
gutter.
saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, quote unquote, that's how you looking at them. So that's what I'm saying. So I would think if you are trying to put yourself above somebody, and and I know it'd be the simple stuff too. It'd be the looks and everything else. But if
Mhm.
you're trying to put yourself above somebody, I want you to think that by somebody stepping out on that relationship and going to be with them, he put y'all on the same level. You're not above nobody now. You're not
Yep.
you're not low or above. If you doing all this to y'all and the mixing this little mingle, y'all right there together. Y'all on that
Right.
same level, same playing field, same person. It's one common denominator. Now y'all all right there together. Y'all see each other. And I hate
Period.
that. I hate when people think because somebody do what I'm saying, like somebody do something. If you with the same person, it's that same person. Trust me, he ain't do nothing different when he went over there. Probably pulled it the same way or whatever. Or
Same
like
way.
same ain't no different. He ain't had to chain that up. Y'all on that same playing field. You can't look at somebody, especially like somebody who, if you so called love this person to death and just what I'm saying, they up on this pedestal and stuff. You can't in no way think that this person is below you because, like you said, if if you're living up to the standard that you say that this person got, then I
Mhm.
guess the standard is both of y'all. Like y'all both on it because it didn't take much for him to do that. And I always say it looks easy too because if think about it, I always think about like I don't know. Some people say it's hard to cheat or easy. I always think it's easy to cheat. I'm gonna say that. I don't see
Mhm.
it as like when people say it's so hard to cheat. No, because I feel like if it was, I like that's something that I feel like everybody in a relationship should be able to say no to, easily.
Mhm.
But for people to just simply just do it just like that, I don't. I'm sorry, he ain't had to think. He ain't even had to think much about it. Y'all right there together. That's what I'm gonna do. Um, to women, I'm talking to the ladies today, but y'all right there together, and nobody's above
Yes.
nobody.
I think you learn really quick. At least I've learned really quick,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to this type stuff. You thinking, you know, oh, he like this type of,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to physical
Mm-hmm.
appearance. Let it go.
Just please, it's not
Because I
realistic.
think we all kind of have this type in our head. Because women
Mm-hmm.
have type too, so we can't, you know. But at the same time, it's like, yes, my type might be tall and dark, but
Mm-hmm.
if somebody tall and light skin, or I ain't gonna say short, but medium height and light skin come on, that doesn't make them unattractive, and that I won't give them a chance. So yeah,
Right.
you can keep saying I'm his type,
Mm-hmm.
and he go for this type and
Mm-hmm.
this and that. Man, you rap with what they said. I can't even say it. Like, at the end of, I'm not gonna say it. At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
it just it doesn't
It's not
matter. I'm
realistic.
sorry. It's
It
not.
don't matter. Just
Just
let
let
it
it
go.
go and let him
Please.
no, let him go. Don't let it
There
go,
you
but let
go.
him go.
There you go. There you go. Okay. And we can actually go so deep in that, but we're gonna save them today. We ain't gonna even
Okay.
do it. We're gonna save
Okay.
them today. Okay. So this last one, I had to go fact check. And I got it from this everydayfeminism.com. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought this one was it's kind of maybe what we already said, but in a way, I guess it give like a factual thing to it. And the last reason that I think, or we can say that women always go with the women instead of the man, would be this temptress stereotype. And the temptress, it says like this thing from the Western culture where I guess women will always look at it as like the people with the heavy sex drive, like they were the temptation, like this is,
Mm-hmm.
like which is horrible. But that's what they
Mm-hmm.
looked at them as. And in this way, it made it where women are being blamed for men's actions, especially their sexual actions. So in this way,
Mm-hmm.
they look at it like if this temptress is on this man, then they can put the blame on her instead of putting it on him. So it's kind of the same thing. And then I think a lot of women play into it. Like we saying, like it's easier to look at it like she the one who seduced them. Like
To do
she
some,
shouldn't have.
yeah.
Yeah, like she wore it. That's why he went and did that. It taking all the blame off of him, and so basically putting all the actions that he did, she taking the blame for it. And it's this temptress, I'm gonna say complex. But yeah, that's a little factual thing.
Yeah. So I think most women probably would think that. I think, of course, we see it every day, even at work. You
Mm-hmm.
know, women come in with really tight
Mm-hmm.
clothes on with the big booties, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
almost like, why,
Mm-hmm.
why are you doing that? Why, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, this is life. I may not agree with certain things or certain stuff that women wear, but at the same time, I'm never, ever going to
Mm-hmm.
say again that he cheated because you had on tight clothes, because again,
Right.
you'll be sleeping with everybody then, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
All
Exactly.
women, if I look at it, but or and it can almost be switched too, because we feel like that we have to dress that way to keep him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll tend, that's going back to the one that you said before, where we'll look at the other women as lower, but
Mm-hmm.
yet you'll see
That
that
we.
some of them will end up trying to dress like them and look like
Mm-hmm.
them just to try to keep him. And I said it and I ain't changing
And that's for real though.
it. So
And that's real
I
talk.
would like deep down in your heart, I feel like sometimes most women dress like they really do want attention.
Mm-hmm.
And they gonna get it. It just is what
Yeah.
it is. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, you walk around with your short skirt on because you, well, I'm not gonna say it to them, even though I
Yeah.
probably know that's what it is, but I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
say, my man cheated because you was wearing this skirt. It's
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
No. Again, you have to learn how to control yourself. Men walk around looking good. Mm. But again, you just look and go on about your business.
Yeah.
It's very, I think it's hard for, I don't know, sometimes listening to men too, sometimes it's almost hard to believe that women are tempted just like they are. And it's like we're tempted every day, just like you guys are. And
Mm-hmm.
it, the roles can switch real quick now.
Real quick.
But yeah, I just want to throw that out there, even though we're not talking
Yeah.
about that. But yes, women are tempted as well, especially when a man know you
Mm-hmm.
got somebody. Oh, their goal is to
That's
snatch
it.
you from him,
That's
and
how.
it's hard, but
Don't nobody
it's
want it till
fair.
you're in a
Let me
relationship.
stop.
Don't nobody
Right.
want it till you're in a relationship.
Period.
Um, so my end would be this. I look at it like this I guess for the women, you can say men too. Um, if you feel like your spouse is dressing, or like it's other people around them that's so tempting, and it is their fault that they're around your person like that. No, that's crazy. Um, so I just say this: if you feel like surrounding people is that tempting, then I'm gonna be honest, the person you're with is probably not ready to be in what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Or you shouldn't be putting that type of trust in the person you're with anyway. If all it takes is for somebody to walk by them with some booty shorts on, and they gone like that, or they already continues to think about them, then I mean it's kind of like you shouldn't really have no loyalty to it. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you looking at, maybe you looking at the potential of this person. I don't know, but that person is not ready for what you ready for. If you want them to be loyal and not talk to nobody, not cheat and stuff, it shouldn't even take
Right.
that. I'm gonna be honest. If you thinking that and then they doing this, maybe you're not really knowing who you with. It should never be a case where you going to public now. Everybody look. We human. Everybody look. Everybody look now.
Right. That's true.
But for you to look at it as a temptation where you would, if you looking so hard that if she turn around and say, "What's up?" You in it. No, you know what I'm saying? That
I
no,
cut
and
any man off with them wonder eyes. I can't do wonder eyes. I'm sorry. That's a red flag for me. Yeah, if
especially
you
when
gonna
y'all
look while I'm
together.
in another aisle, or if
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
about to
don't see it,
say
ain't nothing that I can do. But when you
you
just
doing it in front
like,
of,
if I'm
yeah.
talking to you and you just like all like this, I'm sorry. It's such a
It's
turn off.
disrespectful. It is.
And if you find somebody who like that, I don't care. I'm not finna change
Mm-hmm.
nobody. I'm not finna be like, once I see it, I just don't like it. I'm sorry, and I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
don't.
and then And the same thing with like ain't nobody just jumping on a man or nothing. But same thing, it's women like where if you with your dude and then you see another dude, like you say most of the time, you know the dudes are gonna catch the eye, they gonna be tall, they probably gonna, you know what I'm saying? They know what they be, they know how
Be
they be
like
trying to
this.
catch them. Yeah. You gotta drop something.
Okay, you be like, damn, oh, what you
But yeah,
saying?
but yeah, and it ain't to the point where it's like trying to be disrespectful. I think you look because, like
Right.
you said, in the day we human. I don't think when you get in a relationship, you naturally cut your attractiveness to other people off. I don't think it
Mm-hmm.
worked like that. You just kind of find a
It
person you're
doesn't.
gonna be with. So you're gonna look. I think it's just a way to do stuff. You don't have to be disrespectful in it, and you don't have to look and be tempted to somebody looks so good. All they gotta be is like, come on to their bathroom and see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever, you should never be that tempted.
Okay.
It don't work
Never.
like that. So you cannot blame the other person, or the temptress. You can't blame that other person, that they just walk, like you said, they might doing it for attention. Yeah, maybe they just doing it for attention, but you can't blame them for somebody you with falling into that. That's not on
Right.
them. Maybe they set the trap, but it ain't like they pushing your spouse in the trap. You gotta fall for it.
Yep.
It's easy to say no, and especially on the men's side, like it ain't like. Let me not say that. That sound bad. It ain't like you can't. If you tell, I feel like if you tell a girl no, unless it's just where she just trying to assault you or something, you can get away from that. I'm sorry, you can definitely get away from that. Like
Yes.
it ain't that hard. I know people try to make it hard. Oh, I was trying to get, what I'm saying, trying to get off of like the movie Obsession, like the she stayed on him, like trying to stay
Mm-hmm.
on him and jumped in the car with him. He ain't push out, but he was saying no, but I ain't push out.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Cause
You
they be
falling
liking
for it. Yeah,
it.
you
They be
falling
liking
for it. And you just ain't ready to be with nobody for real. Like that's how I look at it. But that's it on Temptress. That's all I got
it.
on
Okay.
Temptress. So the most recent, I guess, situation we've seen of this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Now, and let me make a disclaimer. I do like the Kardashians. I do really like the Kardashians. But so of course we know Khloe Kardashian and Tristan have been in this, what do we want to call it, this, I don't even know if you want to call it a relationship, this having children ship. um
Something. I don't know what
and
that is.
the loyalty has been all over the place. Of course, we've seen it. I think they might have split 3 or 4 times, got back together. I think every time it was over some cheating stuff. It was bad. But the biggest one was when Jordan Woods, Kylie's
Mm-hmm.
best friend, had some involvement in it. Of course, both parties wrong, but we did see from Khloe where the blame was going towards Jordan, and especially I think the family too. Now I know some people can look at it like, she was close to the family and she wrong for, I guess, doing it, which, and I agree, she was wrong because especially because she was close to the family and being around the family
Right.
so much. You would think if you gonna step into somebody, you gonna make sure it's furthest away from them. But anyway, so I think the problem with the situation was, well, most of the blame was being put on her.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Tristan was just chilling. And that's why he ended up doing it again. But he was chilling. So I'm gonna let you speak on it. I'm gonna let you speak on it before I give my opinion.
Of course, again, I'm not saying that Jordan is just free from this and
Right.
she ain't do nothing wrong because of course
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna be. I actually didn't see the video until later.
Right.
That I saw her kind of rubbing up on him too, just
Mm-hmm.
playing along with it as well. So because at first I thought it was just him. So that's why I
Right.
was like, okay, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't cool again because I don't think a woman wants another woman around her that she can't trust, especially someone that's
Right.
a part of your family, like around your man. Like we just gonna be
Mm-hmm.
for real, regardless if
Yeah.
he a cheater or not. You just wanna be comfortable.
Right.
So, but going to Khloe, we can see even in their past histories that they tend to, especially Khloe, and I think again she is a Cancer and she likes this family setting,
Mm-hmm.
like most Cancers, and I think she's just really crazy and she gonna get it and she wants it and she gonna do
Mm-hmm.
whatever to try to keep him.
Right.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
I almost say like I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
I don't agree with her talking about Jordan
Mm-hmm.
and going at her.
Yeah.
But again, I always try to put myself in her shoes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're about to have a baby by this man. Of course, like I would want to keep my family. But
Yeah.
me, Ashley Wynn, people keep saying you won't know till you're in that situation. F that. I do
Yeah.
know. You're
Uh-huh.
gone. Like you're not about to embarrass me. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
Chloe should have left then. You can
Mm-hmm.
come to your baby. I don't care. That's the best way to just handle it and just
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say that I did not agree with Chloe and the
Mm-hmm.
Kardashians going at Jordan
Yeah.
about it
Mm-hmm.
because again, Tristan third trimester, what they call him, did it again. And he's gonna keep doing it
Yeah.
because you're
Because there's no
constantly taking
accountability.
up for him and
Mm-hmm.
you just had another baby by him. Are you dumb? At
Mm-hmm.
this point, I told you it's some women want this. At a certain
Yeah.
point, you want this. It's not oh my God, I healed and he just happened to come back.
Mm-hmm.
You want this.
You
You
do.
had a it's one thing y'all got back together and you didn't have a baby by him. Now you're putting your kids into this. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's real, it's weird and it's very basic. You got too much money to be moving like
To
a
the
basic person.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
That's it. It's facts.
And that's all I'm gonna say. I like you, but you real basic.
Yeah. See, for me, um, I know what I thought about the whole situation was, and of course, I had to recently, I guess, rethink it, because they just it became recent because Kylie, I think, and Jordan was sought to get, seen together out. So I guess they back
Hmm.
friends. And the first thing I thought was, okay, you know what? I can't, I can't be mad at Kylie for going ahead to get her best friend back. Because imagine, and I'm gonna be honest, it's like 8 people in my family. I'm gonna keep it all the way. I don't get involved in people's relationships because in my mind, you're always gonna go back. I don't
Hmm.
do the angry thing. I think I've been a part of that before, trying to help somebody out of, trying to be mad at this person, like, oh, we don't like them or whatever, whatever. Then when you sitting there going right back to them, it deads it all. I just don't care. I'm not getting involved. You want it, like you said, you want it. Because if you didn't
Right.
want it, you got the option to leave it. Nothing is holding you back, especially with somebody like her with all this money. Nothing is holding you to him. There is so many people in this world, but anyway.
That will
Um,
want Chloe, especially.
Thank you.
I'm gonna keep that to myself, but
Thank
they'll want them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. Hmm.
yeah. Um, and now my part, I think the part that bothered me, I think, of course, I said both parties was wrong. I don't like, and especially in our community, that instantly it was bad on both ends. I think instantly I don't like that. The first thing Chloe and them did was they probably, I don't even remember how long ago. I think it had to be at least in that first week. They was already on Twitter saying stuff to us, ain't said not one thing to him. But saying all this stuff,
Hmm.
and if you're gonna say something to her in public, you gotta say something to him in public. Let's hold
Right.
it. Let's hold it to the same extent. So I don't like that. That was the first thing they was doing, as if she did this by herself. And like you said, it's that temptress thing, trying to make it seem like she is the blame for it, like he didn't have no parts in it, like she was the one doing it. Wait,
And even just coming from the Kardashians, who were known to quote
for doing,
unquote take someone's man, you knew that
yeah,
they were in a
mm,
relationship. It was just a little funny to me. So tell them just
yeah.
well, I ain't gonna
It
say
was
tell them, but it was like, come on, y'all, let's
Yeah, and jumping
stop.
on her, and it's weird. I just, especially for somebody being so close to the family, I would think that's not the first instant thing you do. And I think to me, her going at her like you always say, it's that misplaced anger. You mad at somebody, but it's because you want to stay with them, you're not gonna go at them. So the
Yeah.
best thing to do is let's look mad. It looked crazy. And so I don't like that on her end. I don't like for our community. I don't like that Jordan was instantly coddled, and
Hmm.
now okay, yeah, let's take her in, y'all. Now she is gonna be one of our black celebs. Like, yeah, yeah, she was in this scandal. I told you I didn't like when they was at the red table, instantly taking her in as if she didn't have a part in it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I think both ends. I ain't like none of it. It was making me. I'm talking about every time when you get on the social media, and it's weird. Like when somebody do something crazy, now now everybody want to see them more. Like you know what I'm saying? Like oh yeah,
Right.
you was in a scandal with them, so let's put you here. Like oh yeah, let's invite her here. I mean, I get y'all don't like the Kardashians this much, but y'all don't realize both of them did something wrong. I just
Mm-hmm.
and she, like you said, we saw the video later. It was not like I just said, an obsession. She wasn't pushing them away and pushing them on the floor and saying, I don't want
Exactly.
it. So I just don't like it on both ends. And I think it was a perfect example of both, even though both parties did something wrong, the one person that didn't get the heat for real and who was just chilling is who need like the man, you know what I'm saying? The person in the middle who
Mm-hmm.
was committed or supposed to be committed from what we know. That's who should have got the blame. I
It was
think,
almost like funny to people. Like it
yeah,
wasn't
like they
like,
were laughing
oh,
at it because of
just
who it was.
making jokes
Hmm.
about it. Like
Yeah,
it, yeah, it's just
it's it's sad. And I think in media, that's what they're gonna do every time. That man probably gonna look like the man to you, especially when the girls fight, he gonna look like, oh yeah, I'm that one. Like, yeah, they fighting over me. They gonna probably, like I say, coddle him too. He's not gonna be held accountable unless it's like
yep.
this selective outrage they want to do. They all of a sudden want to get mad at somebody, but in general, no. And the person who really do something is never the one who gets the blame. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that situation. But it's just another example of why we skipping over is A and
The
B.
yep.
Why we skipping over? Like, what? But it would make sense if both of y'all was to say something. Attack them together because it's like
Right.
y'all leave all
They
this
won't.
space, like he is safe, no slander, no nothing, and you leave it open for the women just to get out of slander and stuff, and he chilling. Nothing
Yep.
came of it. But yeah, that's enough on the Kardashians. I do like y'all though, but just yeah, that right there, just, I can't. Like you said, it's basic. It's like that regular.
It's just
That's the
real
stuff that
basic.
that's the stuff that these girls out here go through. You got
They'll
too
say
much
that we
money.
don't care if you say he sorry 20 times and
It
came
ain't
up, gave
enough.
you flowers and taking
Not
care of your
enough.
first child. And I hate even just giving men that power by saying, he don't want you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
it's yeah, I do. Yeah. But anyway, realistically, yeah,
yeah, like let's
realistically,
be for real.
let's be for real.
So what you think about the Bambi and Erica Dixon situation? Of course, I think it's more to the story. Of course, I
Mm-hmm.
think her child is the number one problem, and
Mm-hmm.
I like Erica. I love Erica. Erica is actually my favorite on Love and Hip
Mm-hmm.
Hop, and the
Mm-hmm.
prettiest one to me. And I do
Is
follow her. But I
is.
do think this is what I think. I don't know the full story. Just from
Mm-hmm.
hearing both sides, it sounds like um there's a middle person here that
Mm-hmm.
created it. But just going back to what we're talking about, if we see Scrappy's history,
Mm-hmm.
he tends to, cheat on the person that he's with
Mm-hmm.
and don't pay child support and coddled by his mom and the person he break up with taking up for him after they done broke up and he gets another woman and she don't think she finna go through the same thing and now they broke up and now she's going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, tell me how you feel about that situation because this is getting very cringe and it's making me look at Erica like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I like this. I always like it's that what you want to say? Like your intention is to what? Take up for yourself, I guess, because your child is in it, and you want to, let everybody know you. I guess don't play, and I like you say, I love Erica Dixon. Like you say, she is the prettiest one on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like very underrated cast member, but I
Yeah.
think in general, her engaging in the back and forth and stuff, it is the same thing. It's like that I said A and B, but that A and C when it's all coming from B, and I don't, and it's like people do all this arguing and stuff, and I don't see how they never see it that way. Like if I'm sitting here going back and forth with somebody, and we got this one common denominator, when we sit back and be like, okay, we really only arguing because it's between this one person. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what we need to resolve something at. Not it just and I don't think it's gonna be able to come to a resolution now because it's a child involved. You know, like their child is involved. I think they'll probably never like each other, never be able to, you know, cooperate with each other in no environment. But in general, I think the only way they can solve that is seeing what a common denominator is. Like you said, he got this track record, but this who they quote unquote chose. This is who they got the most attached to. So y'all had to see it in a way as okay, I made this life choice to have a child with this person, but I can't be sitting here going back and forth with the other person they got a child with. Because look how it make me look. It make it like I'm still fighting over this person. It's taking
Yeah.
all of the accountability out the middle. You gotta. I don't see honestly for real how they don't have a sit down where it be three of them because that's what it make it seem like they fighting over him because it's always just them two arguing. It make it like they fighting
Mm-hmm.
over somebody when really and realistically they should never be talking to each other unless he there too because it's like it's starting like a love triangle thing. And I know Erica done moved on and stuff, but that's why I say I think the intention is to make sure you stand up for a child and stuff. But the more she do back and forth with SA and back with C, it just make it seem like they fighting over the same thing. But
Yeah, and
yeah.
they literally could just be fighting over because we saw where it was a little um heated argument between them before
Mm-hmm.
Scrappy and Bambi got together. But I do again, it was because of Scrappy because he was in the hotel with Erica. They're pretty much cheating on Bambi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um I think I just get very disappointed in Erica because of what we've seen her go through, especially with Scrappy's
Yes.
family, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and how you can literally see Scrappy is just little in the middle, just he'll say little words here and there, but he's just pretty much chilling. And now it's you and Diamond. You're back with Diamond,
Mm-hmm.
the girl who played you the whole time.
Yep. Can you hear that in the
Y'all
background?
are. I can.
Oh, oh,
They
that's so
pulling up
ghetto.
at y'all house, ain't they?
That's so ghetto. Ghetto.
What did
But
he
go
say?
ahead.
It's the ghetto.
The ghetto. We got a white refrigerator. Anyway, my bad.
Oh no, it's good, but it I think I heard Bambi say something about like he ended up marrying her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like let's just real
That's
deal, be for real. Once
y'all
you
ain't.
say that, yeah,
Is
and
it?
oh, that's what I was gonna say too, because I started losing my train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Do most of the time when you're going back and forth probably with somebody, it's most of the time it's what that person has said. They probably just disrespected you and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm and a lot of people gonna hate me for saying this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I do not have children. Let me be clear, because I
But you
don't
ain't
know
gotta.
this since I ain't got no children.
Yeah, and you ain't gotta work as hard.
Yeah, I ain't gotta work as hard. But I think a lot of women use the excuse in situations like that to go at the other woman, even though the woman probably never did anything to their child or never said anything sideways, because you have that beef, underlying beef with them. Like, okay, this is the reason to fight them. You didn't say something about my daughter, even though you probably just heard it so wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
because you have these defensive ears now.
Yeah, it's that underlying tension that ain't gonna never go nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's like, oh no, this is it. This is why, and it's like, no, that is not it. Figure out what the real reason is. And I feel like if you're a man, if somebody says something about my daughter and my if it's the wife that he's married to or girlfriend and he ain't saying nothing, that should tell me a lot right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
just like, okay, am I saying you just have to say something real foul? All that other little stuff,
That
as long
stuff
as you don't
don't.
put
Yeah,
your hands on them.
and that's it.
All that
Yeah,
other stuff, especially for the TV stuff,
it's
I don't
it's a
understand,
reason to
especially
argue.
yeah, it just a reason to argue.
To
They ain't put
argue
their
on
hands on your kids, then okay. If they ain't just saying it super, super foul,
it ain't
okay.
worth
But
it.
if you notice that the father of the child not saying anything to that person, then
Mm-hmm.
you definitely need to check him. Don't go to
Yeah.
her, check him. If all
Hmm.
this stuff going on, check him. But he's sitting back chilling. That's my
That's
whole
how.
thing. Y'all sitting here going back and forth about Scrappy, who didn't pay child support for you, who you
Mm-mm,
claim didn't pay no bills in the house, Bambi. I ain't finna sit
mm-mm.
there and have no conversation with nobody but him.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Don't get it. And granted,
Hmm.
it's TV. It might be fake. I don't know. But I just literally had to look at Erica sideways. I still love her. I
Hmm.
never really had no problem with Bambi. I'm gonna be for real. But I really like Erica. But it just making me sad her like, girl, don't.
Like you ain't supposed to be in that mix at all.
Yeah. So that's
Oh.
how I feel about the situation.
Man. Love and hip hop. Oh, we're gonna do our final thoughts. And this one I'm gonna kind of keep it, I guess, on topic. So mine would be to any woman out there who, any woman out there who is still focused on the person that your quote unquote person is supposed to be is cheating with, you are losing. And
You said,
this same thing with the man. If your girl is cheating on you and you are more going at the dude, you are losing. You're not helping yourself at all, being focused on who they are messing with. The only way you win anything in a situation is when you address your person and leave. If you want to
mm-hmm.
stay in this losing fight, fine. There's a lot of people who still focus on people they done cheated, and you still focus on them because you're too worried about who they cheated with instead of the fact that they cheated. How about you worry about the problem in the middle? Stop worrying about all the other people around. That's fine. Them other parties don't matter because none of them were attached to you. The one person that was attached to you is who you need to address and who you need to figure out what happened at. But being trying to compete and be worried about the people around you losing. I mean, it's a lose
Mm-hmm.
situation. So if you want to be a winner, figure that out. But if you want to lose, then hey, I guess there's nothing wrong with being a loser. That's all I got.
Let's see. All I have to say is, of course, if your man is cheating, don't call nobody, phone nobody. Call his. Don't call. I don't care if she knew. I don't care if she didn't know. Don't
Hmm.
approach nobody. Don't call nobody. I don't care if kids are involved. I don't care if you're trying to save your family.
Hmm.
Do not contact nobody about your man and what he doing, especially when you knew who you were marrying.
Hmm.
So, and only you know who you knew that
There
you
you
were
go.
married.
That's it.
And when I say that, you know what I'm talking about.
There you go.
So, um, yeah, that's the, and I get it. Let me say that too.
Hmm.
I get it. I'm a woman. I understand we long for partnerships, and
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. It's okay wanting to be loved, but don't ever let nobody sit here and play you and you go after the women. Just don't hold these men accountable and get your bags and leave.
That's
So
it.
do whatever you need to do to leave, especially if you got children. I'm not saying leave the same night unless you got some money. If you ain't got no money, then you let it build
Figure
up
it
and
out.
you go on out the door.
Damn,
Yeah,
I
you'll
say, yeah.
figure it out.
It's day by
Somebody
day,
else
day by
don't
day.
want you. I promise you that. Like,
Yeah.
forget all
Too
that.
many people out
We
here.
got
It's
kids,
too many
so
people. Too many people out
yeah.
here in this world.
And they love the ones with the kids. So don't make that no excuse. They love the ones with the kids
Exactly.
now.
Exactly.
They'll take care of you.
They will. Um, okay, y'all. Thank you for watching another episode. Like we always say, like, comment, share, and give us a reason that you think women
Yes.
go at women. And of course, one day we will address. We kind of let I guess the men we let us rest this episode. We ain't get too much on us because we crazy too. I know y'all be faking, but we crazy too. We definitely be worried about that dude and be competing with that dude over this girl. But
Mm-hmm.
we ain't touch on it tonight. But of course, we got time. Um, so thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.
We'll holler.